Welcome to the weekly World Climate Change News, making the headlines. Testing Nigeria climate change law. Farmers in Abuja fight climate change through agroforestry. Kenyan Wildlife Services introduce measures to protect wildlife. And African countries to roll out public education programs on climate change. The news in detail. Gas flaring in Nigeria has been decimal in oil-producing communities. Companies like ExxonMobil, AGIP, Excavos, and others have been involved in exploration activities. Common effects of oil exploration have been soot, which leaves heavy black substances on every living thing, including plants, animals, farmlands, water, and aquatic lives. Gas flaring has not been abated to, which constitutes in loss of revenue of the people, and occupation brings deadly results in its toll. It is estimated that 65% of farmlands and aquatic lives have been destroyed within oil-producing communities. Recently, the president signed the Gazette that shall end in 2030, but Nigerians are skeptical about its implementation on other such laws. The popular Osun River in Osun State, Nigeria, that attracts 25,000 tourists annually, is under threat of extinction. In 2018, the color of the water, which was clear and colorless, changed to brown. The inhabitants of the communities were concerned, but attributed to the floods due to the rains. Due to their amazement, the river has maintained this scary color since. On investigation, it was discovered that activities of unregulated gold mining in different communities in the state has caused pollution, risking the lives of 2.5 million people. Research showed the presence of lead, cyanide, and mercury, which can lead to serious health challenges including cancer, brain and kidney failures, hearing loss, and death because the communities depend on this river for drinking and domestic use. Government has done little. This led Urban Alert to send petitions to signatures to the public to save Osun River from extinction. Farmers in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, Nigeria, are fighting climate change through agroforestry farming. By intentionally growing crops like maize, sorghum, and millet alongside trees, farmers are amazed at the transformation and restoration of green vegetables for bare land areas just within 2 years of practice. At first, the farmers were skeptical and thought when crops are planted along with trees, they shall die without yield. But there is great harvest applying agroforestry and its positive effects on the ecosystem. Mr. Samuel Kwasari, founder of the Bee Help Foundation, introduced this farming method to the farmers. Without the application of inorganic fertilizers, herbicides, and pesticides, agroforestry has created an all-year-round atmosphere, reducing negative effects of climate change, boosting healthy food production, and improving soil microorganisms in the environment. The Kenyan Wildlife Service, KWS, has introduced several measures to protect wildlife throughout the drought season. This will include digging of boreholes and the use of water bowser to refill water pans and provide food supplements to various parks and reserves. Kenya has been experiencing drought in many regions, causing water pans and grasslands to dry up, hence leaving the wildlife with no water to drink and food to eat. The drought has also forced people in arid areas to travel distances in search of water and food. Worrying trends of escalating famine and delayed rainfall has left many Africans with food insecurities. Delayed rain experienced in the Horn of Africa threatens to increase the number of people pushed into hunger up to 20 million by the end of 2022. According to the World Food Programme, WFP spokesperson Thomson Phiri, the program needs $437 million in order to save lives and combat hunger in the next 6 months. Food and water prices are skyrocketing significantly, cutting families' access to nutritious food. The delayed rains are endangering up to 1 million Kenyans. If the heat continues, millions of Africans are feared to be facing hunger and famine, resulting from shriveling crops and limited water supply. Authorities in South Africa have announced the death of people killed due to the intense rainfall in the eastern coastal province of KwaZulu-Natal. The heavy rains have so far claimed 443 lives and have ravaged as well as destroying properties. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa has declared these floods as humanitarian disaster while simultaneously calling off an effective response across spheres of the government. Evidence from scientists suspects that climate change could be the cause of floods and drought across the eastern coastline. Despite the harsh effects of climate change that are experienced in Africa, most Africans are not aware of what it actually means. Countries like Zimbabwe and Kenya are rolling out educational programs to educate its public about the climate crisis. Despite having the lowest carbon footprint, Africa continues to be disproportionately affected by climate change seen through prolonged drought and heavy rainfalls. As a continent, Africa contributes to 3% of the global carbon emissions.